Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Dan Kelly here with another Codex review for the Codex station. Today I'll be reviewing the Maxi-Series, The Blue Flame. It was a 10-issue series published by Vault Comics between May 2021 and December 2022. It was written by Christopher Cantwell with art by Adam Gorham, colors by Kurt Michael Russell, and letters by, and I apologize if I mispronounce this, Hassan Otsmane Eloha. The comic is the story of the Blue Flame, a guy named Sam Blossom, who's a local superhero who also holds the fate of the entire world in his hands. So Sam is part of a local vigilante group named the Night Brigade. None of them have powers. The world they operate in is very much set in the real world. There's, the superheroes that are there are just, cosplay vigilantes for the most part. At a public appearance that they're making, the team is gunned down. Sam is the only survivor, but he's left crippled, where after he recovers, he has to go through rehab, and he can't walk without the aid of crutches. He kind of gets addicted to painkillers and becomes an alcoholic as he kind of has this spiral as his life kind of comes apart. He tries to deal with what happened to him and his team. And now that, his identity and his team's identity is all out in the public, and stories come up about some of them, and he's having to deal with the issues of trying to put his life back together and recover and make sense of the tragedy and, get his new life going. With the help of his sister, who's pregnant with a baby from her boyfriend, who is an illegal immigrant that ends up having a lot of issues too. And at the same time that this is going on, he is also representing humanity at a galactic trial to determine if the world gets to continue, if humanity deserves to survive. The story alternates between the kind of real world setting of what happened to him and as he's trying to get on with his life, and the sci-fi kind of intergalactic trial where he's trying to build his case. It's never really clear if the intergalactic trial stuff is actually something that's happening or if it's something that's just kind of in his mind that he's using as a coping mechanism to get through everything that's happened to him. On Earth, he has to deal with the fallout of his identity being revealed, as well as those of his deceased teammates, as I said, and some of the revelations that come out about who they really were, and things with the gunman as well. Like I said, he has the family issues he has to deal with. There's a reporter that starts doing a story about him that he comes to develop a relationship with and trusts, but that ends up not exactly working out the way that he would hope it would. And like I said, it's the story of him kind of getting addicted while he's trying to recover, and then getting clean, and then building a new life. And it's really, interesting. And you see the difference between the stuff that's on Earth, where after it gets past what happened to him and his team, it's very much real world based with a lot of things that a lot of people have to go through. And then the other half is this sci-fi story that may or may not actually be happening. Like I said, it's never made clear if that's something that's actually happening or if it's just a coping mechanism that he's using. The artwork in it is really good. The writing is really good. I like some of the things they do. Like his costume is, there's one costume for his Earthbound character when he's a vigilante as the Blue Flame, and then another costume for the sci-fi aspect of it as the Blue Flame. And even though you could tell similarities between the two, there are definitely differences between one that's a kind of Adam Strange futuristic sci-fi suit and the other one that is clearly made as a as a cosplay type of thing, like the rest of his team. So I appreciate that they went the extra mile and did something like that. to again further show the difference between the two parts of the story. It's got a great mix of sci-fi, adventure, and real life issues. It is 10 issues long, so it is a complete story, the beginning, middle, and end. It's a really great read. I really can't find anything to fault the story with. It's got, like I said, it's got some really interesting characters. It's got some real issues that are dealt with all the way up until the end. You're really left wondering what's going to happen, not only with him in the real world, but him with this sci-fi adventure and what's going to happen. And I think that the way the story wraps up was a very satisfying conclusion. So overall, I would give this book a 9.5 out of 10. I highly recommend reading it. Uh, Excellent book. I think it would really make not necessarily a movie, because I think it's too big for a movie, but a TV miniseries I think would be fantastic. So again, I've been Dan Kelly. You can find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art, where I post a few times a week. And be sure to check us out on the codexstation.com, where you can get some merch. You can meet the team members. You can find us on all of our social medias. Be sure to give us a like, share, follow, subscribe, whatever it is for the platform. And until next time, I'll catch you by the spinner rack.